Hello there. Storm Christoph will bring disruptive weather over the next 48 hours. The rain's been falling through the day on Tuesday, already mounting up to over an inch in places, and there's a lot more rain yet to come. And as it bumps into the cold air in the north, potential for snow as well. Let's focus on the rain, because in some parts of England and Wales we could have around 150 to 200 millimetres of rain falling over the hills onto ground that's already saturated. River levels are already high. So this amber warning from the Met Office highlights those areas particularly saturated at the moment with the high river levels, plus the snow melt to take account of, as that also runs into the river systems. But it's no means exclusively these areas. As I mentioned, it's wet right the way up into Northern Ireland and southern Scotland, with the added potential of several centimetres of snow falling on some parts of the southern uplands, possibly even the central lowlands through the night, and ice too. Further south, it's milder, it's windier, and that southwesterly wind, that moist southwesterly wind, keeps pumping that rain up onto the hills and mountains of England and Wales through the day. But there'll be some heavier rain elsewhere as well. So a fairly grey, wet, windy sort of day, and with some risk of snow as well as further rain across some northern areas. So quite a contrast in our temperature, and that really comes into play later in the day on Wednesday, because as that colder air starts to dig southwards, as that low pressure Storm Christoph starts to move out into the North Sea and the cold air digs in, it will turn the rain progressively to snow, even at lower levels, potentially 5 to 10 centimetres through Wednesday night and into Thursday. Certainly more over the hills, not just Scotland, but exclusively we could see some across the hills of northern England too. And the winds by that stage, as the low pressure Storm Christoph moves out into the North Sea, get towards gale or even severe gale force winds, so blowing that snow around, blizzard conditions. But at least they're blowing that rain away by that stage. However, by that stage we will have seen significant amounts of rainfall, as I say, and the flood risk really is going to escalate in the next 12 to 24 hours. Then the cold air digs in and things slowly start to quieten down. But between now and then we've got that heightened flood risk across England and Wales, with persistent rain and several hundred millimetres in places. And then that snow risk, heavy snow with drifting and blizzards in the north. The weather warnings and the flood warnings all on the website.